Leos, what is up, my beautiful lions? Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. Today we are doing a spread for all you beauties out there for the month of April 2019. These are going to be general readings. If something doesn't resonate, it might not be your story. Feel free to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. And the cards are a reflection of us, of our stories. We are not the cards. So if you hear something and it doesn't ring a bell, it's probably not yours. That's okay. Feel free to toss it out. So I have already meditated and shuffled your cards. We'll just do a few last minute shuffles. Everything you need to know is in the description box. And as always, like, share, subscribe. That's going to get this channel up and running as it is in the very beginning, early stages. It is the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, help me spread the word, help it get going. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be messages that just kind of set you on a beautiful, free path and good things only, positive vibes, okay? So starting out, let me put these down. This is for Leo. April 2019 for Leo. Oh, I had one pop already. And it's a reversal. Okay, Queen of Swords in reversal is your first card. Next you have the Four of Swords. You have the Two of Wands. The Ace of Cups. Beautiful. The Two of Swords. Cancer had that, I think, in that position. In the future, you have Death. The Six of Pentacles is you. Your outside is the Seven of Pentacles. You have Three of Pentacles for guidance. And you have the High Priestess for outcome. All right, cool. Bottom of your deck is going to be the Ace of Swords, all right? So new ideas, new clarity, new logic, new communication. We'll see how that falls into this spread, but that's sort of the overall arching message, potentially for this spread. All right, so let's get some clarification. So the heart of your matter is the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is resting. It's not action. It's resting after like a metaphorical battle of some sorts. Queen of Swords in reverse is someone who doesn't, she's not making a good judgment call. She has a bit of unclarity. Her inner truth isn't known. She's making harsh decisions that aren't based in logic. In reverse, sometimes I've heard it called the bitch card. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, you're making judgments or decisions that aren't based from your highest energy, for your highest good, for other people's highest good. Let's get some more information on that. Because it is crossing the Four of Swords, it might just be that whatever decision or judgment you're making, you might need to think it over a little bit longer. We'll see. So Judgment came up in reverse. So in the upright, this is this beautiful staircase up to this golden light, right? It's towards the end of a cycle, but before you can close out this cycle, you kind of have to do a little bit of like some house cleaning, like go back in the past and revisit things that aren't tied up in a pretty little bow, so to say. In the reverse, you might be resisting this. Judgment is like blowing the whistle, right? Sometimes it's literally making a judgment call, and it might be that for you. But in the traditional depiction, it's, you know, the angel Gabriel blows his whistles and the dead rise up, and it's revisiting of the past so you can move forward properly in harmony for the future. So that's upside down. Let's see if we can get something else. You might not, again, you're not going through this gate maybe of clarity, of light. You may be in a lower vibration and might need to rest before you climb that staircase to make that judgment call. Six of Cups. So there's generally really good energy attached to this. Sometimes it is seeing things through rose-tinted glasses, not seeing things as they actually are. And maybe that's a piece of this judgment call you're making that doesn't seem to be totally based in logic. But it's also happiness. It's things that remind us of our childhood. It's looking back at the past fondly. Gives you like the warm and fuzzy feels. You know, sometimes in certain depictions she's looking back at herself, things that made her happy in her youth. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's move on and see what else we can get. So the other like subconscious energy that's driving these two other energies we spoke of is the Two of Wands. So that is decision making, typically with a path to go down. Wands are fire energy, so that would make sense for you, Leo. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. It is, I believe, an Aries card, technically. Doesn't have to mean anything. I feel like before I even clarify, I'm already feeling like this is like sort of a red flag, like literally red, right? To be like, before you go down this path, let's check and make sure that you're actually making the right decision. Don't burn a bridge, so to say, is what I'm getting, especially if this decision is based in like a negative headspace. So clarifying the Two of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so I'm thinking that, I don't know what this decision is. I'm hoping we'll get some more clarity there. Does it have to do with you giving something to someone, giving something to a child, taking something away from a child, taking away something from someone who is actually very innocent and meant no harm, but maybe you saw them as, yeah, negatively impacting you and making a harsh decision? Something with children, potentially, not necessarily for all of you. Something about the past. Anyway, going back to this, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I believe this one is Taurus specifically. But the King of Pentacles is very wise. He is a very reliable person. He has grown stability throughout his life over time. And he's very comfortable in his settings here. Interesting, in this depiction, he is out in the cold, but he found a way to keep himself warm. The Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles, he's reliable. He will do the work himself to make sure that not only he's taken care of, but it's kind of like a family man, sort of. He makes sure everyone around him is taken care of. But interestingly enough, he's left out in the cold here, and he's by himself at this fire, right? There's not a lot around him. So I'm wondering, again, if whatever decision you're making, it's almost like really consider which path to go down, because you could end up putting yourself in kind of a predicament or a situation that isn't ideal. Like, it's leaving you a little bit chilly and kind of abandoned from something. Yeah, this burning of a bridge keeps coming to mind. Let's see if we can get anything else. It's Two of Wands. What is on the other side of this Two of Wands? So healing. This is the card of strength, but this is actually like one of my favorite cards in all of tarot decks ever. I just think it almost makes me cry. It's like so emotional. Like this healing, intuitive, magical energy of, is she healing his pain? Is she bringing something back to life? It's in water, right? So there's healing properties here. And healing, actually this is your card, Leo, strength. It's typically shown with her in a line, and it has to do with taming your inner beast, so that you can walk beside a lion and put your hand in his mouth and it won't, clench its teeth down on you, because there are pieces of you that are at harmony. It's a really nice flowing energy here, and like in this card, like there's light coming down. Like this is, again, oh my gosh, I could talk about this card forever. Burning of a bridge, though, interesting. There's a bridge here in this card, isn't there? So this is on the opposing end of your two decisions, your Two of Wands, your movement forward. And wands can be fiery, passionate, sometimes angry energy. It's possible. With that Queen of Wands in reverse. Interesting. These cards are kind of speaking to me about the issue. You can take one road that might leave you a little bit abandoned. And I'm almost getting stubborn too. If this is I think this is Taurus, and earth signs can be very stubborn. So if you're having elements of that earth property, it's like you're looking out for yourself. You might be looking out for yourself financially, but I think maybe deep down, the right thing to do is maybe sacrifice some of your own time, some of your own energy to help someone who clearly is in need. Whether they are a victim or made a poor choice, I think you're tempted to walk away, and yeah, there's just something about like, see, I told you so, versus, yeah, this is just such a great energy. Helping, strength, offering your strength to someone else. Let's see what else we can get. So in your past, you have the Ace of Cups That is overflowing abundance of emotional love. It can be intuition, happiness, friendships, relationships. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But it's new. It's the beginning of something new. That's in your past. What can we get for that? So King of Swords. Interesting. So you do have a pairing. The Queen of Swords is reversed, but you also have the King of Swords here. I believe that's Aquarian energy. Again, with these children. Surrounded by lots of children. Giving love, giving help to children, or again, children could stand for something or someone in your life who's very innocent or helpless. Maybe you're helping an elderly family member and you've kind of had it up to here because maybe they are a little bit needy. But in your past, you were happy to give. In your past, your cup runneth over. You had extra love and energy to give to someone or several people. It's possible. But because that's in the past, somewhere along the line, your energy got drained. Yeah, I keep saying again, I'm sorry. Your energy is not so much wanting to do this anymore, whatever this action is. Even flowers have like this innocence about them, right? Like they need love to grow. They need sunlight. They need nourishment. They need water. They need water, right? Yeah, I am getting, it's possible that someone in your circle is ill, and it might not be like severely ill, but maybe they're just a little bit run down, and it's almost like if this person took advantage of your kindness in the past, you're perhaps ready to cut them off and be like, no, I already helped you. Like, I'm not going to pick up the extra slack of your work. But it's like, this person really needs your help, Leo. This person needs you to be in your full-on Leo energy and step in with your beauty and creative passions and give some of that, like, fatherly love, right? Leo's kind of, he's the Sun King, right? He can be sometimes the father card. Ruled by the sun. I think people need that energy from you if they're down and out. And I think if you really make that good judgment call of who you're giving your energy to, yeah, to be fair to yourself, make sure you're giving out energy that's going to elevate you, that is going to make you feel good, not giving to someone who is like, not abusive of your energy, but takes you for granted, right? Okay. So, Two of Swords, and this is something you're conscious about, a conscious influence, decision making, absolutely. You have a couple twos here. Decision making about feeling left out in the cold, a test of your personal strength or your faith, a test of even your funds if you're struggling with money, and maybe somebody took some money from you from the past and you cut them off and they're coming back to knock on your door for help. Again, use your own judgment about if this person really needs help. Or maybe there is a parting of ways. I think that's what you're considering, this decision in your conscious beliefs. Two of Swords, again, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Swords are our logic, our thoughts, our communications, our decisions. I just sense that there's a parting of ways, and you're taking a long time to think about it. Yeah, okay, so you have the Page of Swords. So this is a younger energy. Sometimes pages can be children, sometimes, or teenagers, or just much like the aces, they're sort of the seeds of, in this case, an idea or a thought, or she's studying, right? Sometimes this can be the card of like lawyers, or sometimes. something in like you're studying, you're at the library, even a classroom setting, you're getting your facts and figures together. It can be metaphorically, like maybe you're looking at, maybe you're making a list of all the times you've helped somebody, or or maybe you're like, maybe you aren't quite ready to come out and speak it, so you're writing down what you're going to say to this person when they're coming at you to borrow money, or they're coming at you because they need help again. Maybe you're trying to get some clarity on, okay, like this is got to stop eventually. It's taking a toll on me. But instead of just kind of rushing in like fire, which sometimes Leos can do, right? You don't want to be left out in the cold. And I think you don't really want to leave this person out in the cold. There is some feeling of, because in the past, this giving, whatever it was, made you happy. So yeah, it's like you're trying to approach this rationally and really think it through. Like I don't know if it's a pros and cons list, or you're writing down what you might say to this person. Because it's driving you crazy, right? This is in your thoughts. It's weighing heavily on your mind, and you're just ready to you're ready to pull your hair out, right? That's what she's doing here. It might be something that's impacting your finances. I keep coming back to that. In your future, you have the Death cards. So, death is transformation. It is change. It is closing out of a new cycle and starting something new. It's literally the butterfly, right? Like starts as a worm, goes into its cocoon, comes out as a butterfly. And I very much do see that in sort of your situation here, because even if this was like the worm mode, right? This is what you were in the past. Moving forward, I mean, it's really up to you. We're in the future now. But you definitely are going through some sort of transformation where this lighthearted giving and surrounding yourself by people who are kind of innocent and maybe a little bit helpless, or just who really look up to you, right? You're powerful in your throne, Leo. Like all these children are surrounding, and they're amazed by, your strength, your beauty. They want to be in your energy, right? But something went haywire where this is just like, it's getting to be too much for you. You went from the Ace of Cups to this. It's like, have you sacrificed so much that someone has taken what you've given them and run off without reciprocating it back? What is this transformation about? Let's clarify death. The Empress. So motherhood, creative energy. Taurus and Libra are the signs. Sorry, it's so blurry. I don't know how to fix that. She's out in nature, though. She's resting. She might be doing the resting that was in your spread. And yeah, again, I'm getting, maybe you're thinking about what's going to come out here. See those butterflies above her head are like her thoughts. It's like she's being illuminated by the sun. Again, the sun is your planet, Leo. I know the sun is not a planet, but it is. Leo rules the sun. This energy is really happy. Really happy, right? Maybe you just need time to get away from all this. Take a vacation. I don't know. But it's the future, and it has to do with transformation. I'm getting, though, it's like with Earth, with Earth energy, we can only take so much from Mother Nature before it can restore itself, right? But we have to give time for things to grow if we're going to go and borrow whatever, trees and wood and berries and natural resources from Mother Nature. We can't take and expect that it's always going to be there, because it's not, right? And that's sort of what this card is saying to me. It's like, if you're metaphorically Mother Earth or Mother Nature, how much can you give before you're empty and you don't have anything to give anymore? It's like, we got to give you time here. Like, she's always shown pregnant, right? The Empress is always shown pregnant. It's like, we got to give you time to regrow whatever it is that you gave too much of. And metaphorically, it's like, you just need a break of not giving. Like, if you're pregnant, people are giving to you. They're helping you out. They're driving you to the doctor. They're giving you foot massages. Like, it's kind of time for you to come into your power, Leo, and be like, no, like, I'm an empress too. Like, I deserve good things and self-care, self-love. And yeah, protecting yourself from sort of like those energy vampires, as they like to say. Healing. You have the star, also the card of Aquarius, the car of Aquarius. Maybe Aquarius is giving you rides to the hospital. I don't know. Yeah, healing. Again, just taking time out for yourself. Frequently, healing is a woman who's shown pouring cups into the earth and to the water. Water is just this very healing energy. It washes over you. It cleans. It purifies, right? Here, she's just over it. So, literally, maybe you're over this situation. But what I mean by that is she hasn't dipped her toe in yet. Maybe the idea that you do need to heal yourself hasn't quite occurred to you yet. That you do need to take some time alone, right? No one's there but her, and that shining star above her, this guidance giving her hope that things will get better. But yeah, it's almost like you got to jump in that lake and just like let the water smash over you, and yeah, healing. So the U position is the Six of Pentacles. This is a beautiful spread, Leo. It's coming together quite nicely. This is reciprocity, right? Give and take, and it's balanced. It's a 6. It's equal, right? The traditional card is showing a person holding scales, right? And he's feeding the mouth of one person, and there's one person on this side. There's balance. And symbolically, it's like whatever you're giving, funds, energy, fill in the blank, whatever you're giving, just your time, in some way or another, that person I want to be careful how I say this. If that person is in a high vibration like you, the act of giving, and if you're in a high vibration, you shouldn't expect anything back. But as a gesture for you exerting your energy for someone else, they need to be exerting their energy for you. And again, that energy is symbolic of whatever that person can give. If someone's down and out and they don't have money, they can't give you money back if you're loaning them money. But again, they could give you a ride somewhere. They could, take you to the movie or something, right? There needs to be balance, reciprocity in some way. They could cook you dinner. Yeah. And again, this is all circumstantial depending on who or what you're dealing with. If you're dealing with children, expect what you can expect. But if you are dealing with children, sometimes we have trouble knowing when to draw the line. It's like, yeah, but they're my kid. I want to give them everything, even though it's draining. I want to take them to soccer practice, and I want to take them to choir club and this and that. And it's like, but what about you, right? Because if you don't worry about you, that's what happens, right? That's yucky energy. You don't want to be in that, Leo. So reciprocity, I don't need to clarify really, but we will anyway. Yeah. 2 6s, balance. This is like a victory card. And again, those children, right? Very interesting. Very interesting. And Leo does rule the house of childhood, right? Or children, family. I believe Leo does. The fifth house, is that right? Anyway. There's a happy energy and happy spirit there. And I think that's what you want. I think the harsh judgment call that you are considering making, or like just kind of firing energy at someone because you're angry and you're frustrated, that's not really what you want. It's like, this is the you section. It's not who you are. You're extremely generous in giving. You like to please people. You like to go out and have fun. You're a fire sign. You can be the life of the party. You're passionate, you care, you're creative, right? I think for the longest time, maybe you saw you giving as a personal victory. Like, yeah, I'm putting my time and energy into this person. It makes me feel good. But it's almost like that got really out of balance. I'm surprised we haven't seen like the Justice card in reverse, right? Because it's that kind of energy. So your outside environment is the 7 of Pentacles. So things surrounding you. So 7 of Pentacles deals with looking at the seeds you've planted and wondering if they will come to fruition, come to bloom, wondering if something is going to grow. It's appraisal, I don't know if that's the right term. But it's looking at the situation and kind of weighing out like, all right, well, I did this. Sometimes it's having doubts about the future. To be honest, I think this is whoever is on the other side of your giving. I think this person may realize that you've invested a lot in them, and now they're kind of looking at what they have and they're like, oh shit, did I just leave Leo high and dry? I think it might be that, to be honest. So 4 of Wands. I stick with that. I think this is, 4 of Wands is a solid foundation. It's fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, right? With the wands, creative. It can sometimes be career focused. It's like a small celebration. I don't think it's marriage in this case. I really don't. But it might. If it lands for you, that's fine. I view this as someone making up for some error that they did. If they're the 7 of Pentacles and they're really looking at how much you've been giving to them and how much they haven't been giving to you, I don't know if they're actually doing this, but I think this is in their headspace of like, oh, well, you know, maybe I'll throw them a nice party, which is kind of a weird way to make up for giving. But, you know, metaphorically, they're thinking about doing some act. And see how this is even a child? It's this innocent, naive person that hasn't been able to give back to you. It's like they're the one that's like, oh, let me just get this up in time for... This even kind of looks like it could be like a classroom. Like, let's make the classroom look nice for Mrs. or Mr. So-and-so. I don't... There's something very much with children or innocent energy on the other side, which is why it's actually a little bit concerning that you are kind of coming at the situation as the upside down Queen of Swords. I think it's just been taxing and draining on you emotionally, so you're not seeing things clearly. I think you have to remember that the person you're dealing with, as frustrating as it is that they're draining you of your energy, absolutely communicate that and be honest about it, but do it in a tactful way where you're not going to burn that bridge. Kind of like tame that fire down with a little water. I almost see this as giving life back to yourself too. If this is you, and I don't think this is the person draining you, I think this is symbolic of you're just like, I can't do this anymore. Again, the water, healing, taking a rest, taking like a nice bath or shower, or just going on vacation and swimming in the pool. It's like it's reviving you. Like this is like your mind, body, spirit is being, yeah, I'm just seeing it as that. The sunlight's coming through. Oh, that card, it's so beautiful. All right, so when you have the 3 of Pentacles, that is in your guidance. So that's building. That is working up to something more solid. The 4 of Pentacles is more of a solid foundation, right? You think of a house. You've got 4 corners. You're going to build up from there. Earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I think that's a Capricorn card. But see how they're stacked on top of each other? It's working together. It's the team card, right? So as comfortable as the conversation may be, it's coming together and being like, all right, like let's talk about this. Let's see if we can move forward, move up from this kind of awkward situation we have going on. Because from what it seems like, they know. They know. I think they know now. I don't think they always knew, but if you've been a little bit fiery, or the opposite, if you've been a little icy with them, but you haven't come out and done this kind of like tearing them a new one that you would like to do, I think it's time to have that conversation about how can we rebuild from this? Because I think maybe someone did take you for granted. And yeah, how can we move on from this? Together. There's 2 people in that ship. And oh my God, there's children. You can't escape it. Maybe it is your child. It could very well be your child. I like this depiction of the Six of Swords because it does talk about forward movement, and frequently those swords, that mental energy that's been weighing on us, usually they're in the boat. It's like we have to take those lessons that we've learned and take them with us to our new destination, wherever we're moving forward to. Here, they don't have to be in the boat. It's like, this may not so much be a huge lesson as it is just a conversation, right? Swords can be communication too. So it seems like a smaller hurdle that sort of got blown out of proportion, right? It's like that spark that led to a fire accidentally, and there is innocence there on the other person. It's like they didn't realize what they were doing, and yeah, I think there needs to be some forgiveness and forward movement for that matter. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what you want. It's your wish fulfillment, right? Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment. It's sometimes the dreams come true card, right? Which is kind of an interesting reading for this, but because it has been weighing so heavily on your mind, because it's doing this to you, it would kind of make sense that you're kind of like, we had the conversation, life is good again, I'm not walking on eggshells, I'm not about to rip someone's head off. Like, you got your your guide, this is in your guidance position. Your wish is to build and move on from this, right? You kind of want to be released to that burden. And happy again, right? Cups are emotions. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Nine of Cups is Pisces, I believe. Could be with the Pisces, right? Could be. Doesn't have to be. Excuse me. Your outcome is the High Priestess. So this is intuitive knowing. She doesn't take action, but she knows deeply, right? She has the moon at her feet. That talks about intuition, right? It's frequently the the card of Pisces or Cancer because they are seen as very intuitive. And there's balance here. There's balancing of this light energy and this dark energy, which I think very much goes in hand with that Two of Wands decision you had to make here, where it was like, are you going to be this icy cold witch, I'll say, for lack of a better term? Or are you're gonna rush in one more time and help this person who clearly needs it? I think this boils down to the balance, as I was saying, between your dark and light energies, because everybody has it. Neither is good or bad. We need it. We're a human being, right? Everybody has lower vibrations and higher vibrations. This very much feels like a maternal card again. So whether you're dealing with your mother or you're in this maternally mother role, you know how we were saying father with Leo. This is your spread, Leo. It's almost like your outcome is by thinking on this, you're making a more logical decision. You're turning the Queen of Swords upright, and again, rest and thinking. That's what the High Priestess does. She knows. She doesn't have to act. Let's see what we get for that. Decision making, absolutely. Absolutely. Both these swords are weighing heavy, right? You can't hold them up forever. Something's got to change. You got to put one sword down, choose a path, right? Again, that moon, it's there and it's right there. Sit on it a little bit, Leo. Think about how you want to proceed. Don't use these weapons that you clearly have to cut someone out, to hurt them. That's not your style. That's just not what Leo is about, right? And understandably, this person may have gotten you caught in a little bit more of a negative vibration, but yeah, I think you want to move forward. This is Wands, right? Aries, Leo, Sag. You want to move forward with, this card seems just like relief to me. Like the wind is blowing through her hair and she is bracing herself, right, on these two wands. But it's because she knows she has a decision to make. She has to move forward with this energy. So I think you are. And ultimately, I kind of like that there wasn't a clear, outcome. This is going to happen because it's up to you, right? We all have free will. These cards are a reflection of the options of the paths we can take, but you're the High Priestess, Leo. You have all the power in this situation, so you need to act on instinct about what the right path is. But the guidance and advice is to not burn a bridge, to rather build on this, right? I'm going to clarify your Ace of Cups in the past. Yeah. So I just went back to the past because I was trying to understand, why did it feel so good in the past to give? Because it made you happy, right? The Two of Pentacles. You had time or money or energy to spare, and you were juggling it up and down because it's like you were happy in your nature to give. So this is just further clarifying what we've already said, but it made you happy at one point in time. It's not making you happy anymore. So you've progressed from the Two of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. So let's build on this situation and make it better, right? All right, so bottom of your deck, oh my God, Four of Pentacles. I can't make this shit up. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But that's good, right? You're progressing. You're making really good progress. Four of Pentacles, I don't even know if I want to talk about the traditional meaning. Sometimes it can be a miser, like holding on to things too tightly. But I don't see that happening with you, Leo. I think in this card, she's still giving. Or is she getting something back, right? Maybe all these, where was that card? All these young, innocent people, naive, whatever they are, children, people in your life, sick parents, I have no idea. Whoever is taking so much of your energy, maybe a whole bunch of them decide to give back to you. Maybe these weren't even yours to begin with. Those are what you've received back. There's some gesture of reciprocity, right? And yeah, Ace of Swords. You've come to the realization that you need some things back, right? Standing strong in your power, knowing your truth, that you are a good person, even if you do stop giving. As long as there's a conversation about it, like, hey, like, whatever that conversation needs to be, I think just knowing your inner truth, that this is what needed to happen, and communicating that to the right person. Communicating that there needs to be some reciprocity going forward. Leo, your spread was beautiful. This came together really nicely. If it resonated for you, great. That's fantastic. Let me know in the comments what resonated. I'd love to know, who is this person that's taken too much energy? Give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Share it. Hit that bell if you want notifications when I post in the future. But yeah, you got this, Leo. Make the decision and move forward with whatever your heart tells you, with your intuition, all right? Be that high priestess. You got this. All right. Lots of love to you, Leos. Bye.